morning. Yes. It's the Nomtombout Radio show. Just felt like coming in with some vocals, man.
Sometimes you gotta do it.
Man, sometimes you just gotta do it, man.
Gotta hum it out.
Man.
Harmonize it out.
Well, we 8-9 months deep into the COVIDity.
Right.
Man, it's crazy, man. But we still here, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Back for another week.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go back to an old formula, man. We're just going to have a conversation this week, man. I am your guy, Six.
No doubt. And I am Vibe 1. Peace and love to everybody on my KY side. COV, Newport, Erlanger, Florence, Burlington, Campbell County, Bellevue, Dayton, Highland Heights. All surrounding areas. Definitely peace and love to the natty. Now I'm talking about
Yeah, man. Back for another week, man. Election time is coming, man. But that's not really what's on my mind, man.
What's on your mind, Six?
What's on my mind right now is actually something that I'm sick of, man.
What's that?
Wedgies.
Oh, snizzy.
Man, hey. I was doing this delivery job, right? I never noticed how getting in and out of the car will give you you talking about like an 8-hour wedgie, man.
Oh, man.
Have you ever had a wedgie so deep that you had to like double dig it out? Where you wasn't done after one pull? Ridiculous.
I'm sure I have. It's been a while though, but I'm sure.
Hey, man. Uncomfortable, man. I had one the other day. It was so deep I had to cough to get it out. I had to triple dig it out. And it really zoned me out, man. I'm talking about every day, 8 hours, just getting in and out of a car making deliveries. You'd be surprised how your drawers find their way into your your small intestine, man. It's crazy. The wedgie was so deep it was making my drawers tight in the front.
Oh man.
I felt like stuffed crust pizza, man.
Oh man.
It was terrible, man.
Then you be sweating on top of that?
Oh God. Wet wedgies?
Oh Lord.
Jesus, just throw them drawers away. I didn't even look at them. I just threw them away when I took them off. Pants too, man. It's all trash, man. I didn't know a wedgie could be that deep, man. Triple dig, It was packed tight. I felt like an FT.
Was you able to do it like with nobody watching?
I didn't even care. It got to the point I didn't even care, man.
Get out of me.
Get out of me, man. It was like, I don't know, man. But like, I wanted to grout my butt shut. Mortar my butt shut. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's what's been on my mind, just because it's been happening a lot lately.
What's been on my mind is like, with all this, everything that's going on, and everything that has always been going on, but since we are where we are in this period and point in time, it's like, it still trips me out how in one instance we are pleading, it sounds like pleading to me. That's not what it is, and that's not what it is, but it sounds like pleading to me when you saying, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we are. I done spoken that before. I can't go like, I can't come to somebody like I'm begging them to respect me. It's like, it is what it is. Stay away from me.
Inclusion type
yeah,
stuff,
it's like the hell with all that. But what trips me out, even if you just stay within the context of that, boom, that's the thinking. It's how much we still keep doing, how much bad stuff we keep doing to each other still.
Yeah.
Like at a time where we need to really, really, really buckle down and really be a community. It's like I keep hearing stuff every week from my old hood to in the natty, different neighborhoods and natty. People just keep shooting each other, stabbing, fighting, killing, just all kind of terrible stuff to each other. But yet at the same time, you trying to tell somebody else, that our lives matter. We don't act like it matters to us. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I think you can say that, and it is true to a certain extent, but like, man, violence is like, it's about proximity. Like, people gonna hurt the people they close to. Like, man, white people be out here murdering each other too. Whether they live in the same community or they work with them, or it's relationship.
But the thing of it is like, and I agree with that 100%. Yeah. But the thing of it is like, Caucasians ain't out here saying white lives matter. They ain't begging nobody to, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. It is about who's around you, not about at some point in time when you got to look at your culture and your people and say, hey, everybody else come together. We always make these correlations, like Asians work together, Hispanics or Mexican, however you would properly want to say that. Yeah. They all got to live in the same crib if they got to get their business up. The Middle Easterners coming in, all kind of different stuff, and it's like, man, well, we'll do more things to separate ourselves as we become successful or have some type of getting property or money or whatever the case may be. It's always something that's dividing us, and it looks and it affects worse because we already coming from a situation where we don't have all of the resources that other people have anyway. So it's like, if you at a certain point below the whatever the base level of existence is in the society, whenever you do anything small, it's going to hurt 10 to 20 times more than it would somebody else of any other type of race, creed, or whatever.
Man, I think it's true what you're saying, but I think, man, I heard somebody say the other day, like, the stuff that's on the news is sensationalized, but all you hear on the news is like a lot of bad stuff. Mm-hmm. So what does that tell you about the good work that's being put in? They got to sensationalize these bad stories because it's being overpowered by good. Right. So it's a lot more good. I think we waking up a lot more. I think this is the time where you just, as a community of black people, we just need to be to ourselves. Yeah. And do some community planning and execution, man. We so articulate at stating what the problem is. We the coldest at telling you what the problem is and making it sound poetic. Oh yeah. But where is the solutions, man? I'm tired of hearing people complain about stuff. I'm tired of seeing people
we the problem. March. We the problem.
We are the problem.
We the problem. If in science and genetics and all that type of stuff has proven this, we here first. So we had to do something messed up to allow us. That's like being an adult in the crib, you the parent, then somehow at some point in time the kids is running the house, and you have no say so or anything like that. And some of the stuff that my bad. I just wanted to make sure I'm clear. The stuff that I'm talking about is it's personal stuff I've been hearing about my hood, Covington, like a small place. Yeah. It's already small, and just a lot of the nonsense that I just keep hearing. It just doesn't. But at the same token, like there's a march going on today, in Northern Kentucky for, you know what I'm saying. But it's like you take a step forward and you take 2 to 3, 4 steps backwards by something happening that just kind of just, cause man, you could be coming together to influence people to vote or whatever the case may be, and then later on that evening, your son or disrespecting my daughter or something ignorant happens, and then now I gotta come to my daughter's defense, you come to your son's defense, and then it may end up, man, you fighting because you know how some people like, you can't, where it used to be in the community, if I saw my friend's child doing something, I could check him. Yeah. Then it got to the point where, hey, you can't be saying nothing to my kid, even though when I'm telling your son is the truth. Don't be disrespectful, whatever the case may be. Nah, but you can't tell my son that. You know what I'm saying? Something as simple and ignorant as that can mess up.
It's a lot of protecting negativity. Yeah. Like, just because, man. I think, man, you can't save everybody, man. So like-minded people is the time for the link up, man.
Right.
If you like-minded and you a progressive mind, man, you want to move in a positive direction for black people, which in turn is a positive move for all people, man. You just gotta find those pockets of people and connect, because chances are it's more of them than it is the bad ones. And a lot of time when you make people feel like they being left out, they'll change. That's what be making people change the most, feeling like they left out of a movement. If the movement is righteousness, man, it's just gonna grow. I don't know about the whole voting stuff. Like, for real, I feel like voting, especially this year, is a waste. Not a waste.
Just let me be clear.
On a presidential level.
When I said voting, that was just the first thing I could think of. Just when somebody's trying to do something that they consider positive. So let me just say that, but go ahead with what you're saying.
Man, like, this election on a presidential level, throw it out the window, man. But like, I feel it on the local levels, man, where you can get these progressive people in there, and then they can move up the ranks, man. Because the real problem out here is these senators, boy. A senator's term, like, that's who really be holding the power in these Supreme Court justices that can sit there forever until they get old. If you was born in the 30s and you still there with that mindset, man, it's all bad, man. But I really think that we just need to create our own, man. Like, we keep begging for inclusion. That's like me going to a white person. That's like me coming to Vib's house and asking him, like, why don't you never cook pork chops? It's like, bruh, I'm Muslim. Like, I don't do that. Like, why? And when you think about it, it's really stupid of us to keep begging for this inclusion, because it's just like, how come you don't write about us in y'all history books? Like, why don't you write your own history? Why don't you teach your kids? And we keep putting it off the other people to build us, grow us, learn us, raise our kids. It's like, no, like, put that inside of your own. Right. But you have to know it. And that's another thing. We ignorant to a lot of the facts about who we are and where we come from. Yeah. But, man, if you want to search, man, you're going to find, man. I think we on a search right now. A lot of us finding out stuff. The internet is a powerful tool to just get information. So, man, man, the work is being done, man. The people who ain't with the movement going to fall off, and the movement is going to keep on, man. I think we on a good path, man. We just need to... It's certain executions, like pulling back our money from institutions. I think that's a big part, man. I don't think it should be no sports being played right now, especially after that whole Breonna Taylor. We're going to give you this money before we do anything justice-wise, and then the justice is a slap in the face again. Right. You're not surprised at what America is giving you at this point. America is giving you the essence of what the new America is based off of. Right. Taking, stealing, corrupting. That's what like. That's what this thing is built on. Yeah, like, why does cookie taste like sugar? It's got sugar in it. Right. That's part of it's one of the main ingredients. Why does it taste like flour? It's flour. Like, man, things are gonna be the essence of what they are. Right. Until you change the ingredients. I think we just owe it to ourselves to really disengage. It's the whole thing about being in the world but not of the world type thing. Right. So, man,
you definitely have to. I know I'm physically here. But I ain't here. I haven't felt like I was here in a long time, a very, very long time. And I like it because a lot of things I'm able to, how you be sitting there and you see some certain things that people break their neck to do or make sure they have, and I was like, wow, that don't even make no sense. Like right now,
to be perceived,
to be getting ready and gearing up and getting ready for Halloween baffles me. Because everything, y'all about to put all this money into some other holiday that they put out this to be able to make money.
You still empowering.
And they just laughing like, hi.
They sitting back laughing like, okay, what are you going to change though? You still marching? They march. I'm not even going to say they because I'm part of the community too, man. But I don't see the purpose of marching to the doorstep of the person who killed somebody in our community and just standing outside the door. Like, they have no fear no more. The fear is not there no more. It used to be some type of fear of retaliation, but after so long, you just be like, oh, I guess you ain't gonna do nothing.
Right.
And then it just start getting more and more disrespectful, like it's getting now. That $12 million settlement with Breonna Taylor's family, I don't want to criticize the family because they part of the community and you got to do what you got to do. But personally, I feel like don't take the money, hold out, because
I really, with this being a radio show, I can't even say. I can't even really say. But for real, take that money.
No. Hold out.
No, take the money. Whatever. Hold out till you get more money. Whatever. Get that money and still handle things.
Because now you got the money to be.
Yes.
I feel you. But I say hold out on the money because one thing about the system, when you say no to getting money from the system, it confuse them and it scare them. If they would have said, "No, we don't want that $12 million," they would have been on the edge of their seat, like, "Hold up, so you don't want the money? I'm scared now because I don't know what you want or how you gonna retaliate now." They could have pushed that way past probably $100 million just by holding out. Yeah. And the money ain't gonna bring back Breonna Taylor. We want justice. Definitely. Why are you putting this money in front of the justice?
Right.
I want justice. I don't want the $12 million. Just make sure you deal with them. And then for him to be arrested and released on a charge that basically say you could have hurt other white people around you.
Right. After
murdering this black woman.
Right.
It's disrespectful, man. Like,
right.
If we don't retaliate, we can't even go in like that.
Right.
But
right.
Like I said before on this show, I heard a white person say before that black people are the strongest people on the planet because white people would never put up with what we put up with. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I think, man, we gotta. It's really something that we need to get together as a group of our community and really talk about community problems. So we ain't gonna be.
But then you know what our issue would be? I don't mess with dude. Why he want out here getting to speak and running this and be that? So it's like, hey, how I see it is like even down in Louisville, you had the Caucasian militia people walking around, and then I seen some Nubian people walking around with their weaponry and dressed in all black and all that. So first of all, if you got that, how can I say this? One, don't make yourself so obvious, because half of the things that are happening to us, and not even just people of color, just the society of America, rich, keeping the poor, getting rid of the middle class, all that type of stuff. It's all type of stuff. It's all types of things that are done. Like, got you looking over here, and then they doing this over here. Got you looking over there. Tactical. So people have to be tactical. You know what I mean?
And realize we at war.
Yeah. And then don't be so. Here I am to say today. You got to be incognito sometimes. You got to be ninja like sometimes with your thought process, whether it's organizing, whether it's physical act, whatever the case may be. Definitely. It's like, it's ways you have to be the same way you would be to somebody else in your neighborhood. Sneaking through the back door to cheat with your homeboy's girl or wife. You know what I mean? Sneaking through when you come through and stealing stuff. Come on, man. We know how to. People who are grimy people know how to be grimy. So after a while, I'm trying to figure out where y'all at. Everybody that's out here, be on what y'all be on. Whether it's gang culture, whether it's whatever. Like, The gangs were supposed to be brought about to keep the neighborhood safe.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
I think
we quick to kill each other real quick.
It's a confusion. It's so much confusion, bruh. Like, we just got to get our mind right and really keep in mind that even if we don't realize that we at war, it's a war being waged against us at all times, systematically. And the system is so hard. The system been working so well for so long that we act under the programming of it. Like,
we keep it going.
We bro.
We
perpetuate it.
Is human beings that work at these places that are receiving orders from people higher ups or whatever. And that human being could be any color of the rainbow. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is being controlled, and everybody is perpetuating the controlling of themselves.
Yeah.
Period. It's like, if I work at, I always use this analogy because you know it's always bills. You hate to pay bills. If I work at the gas and electric company, and I'm calling or I'm having issues with somebody because they ain't paid their bill, I I'm the one who makes sure the stuff get cut off. You a part of the issue, like during all this time. It should be like rebellions. Like we ain't working at none of this, but everybody got free cable all year. Everybody got free water and sanitation all year. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. That type of stuff will shut stuff down. But everybody's like, if I go, you going? If I won't be the only one to step out there, then y'all don't move, and then you know what I mean. It'd be that everybody's scared of that that comfortability, or just feeling like they have some type of stable ground, which is not stable, yo. They already like I've been trying to use my card, right, and to keep the chip reader be messing up. I be stick it in once, stick it in twice, stick it 3 times, swipe it, then it still won't go. Then I gotta do that 3-4 more times, then it'll go through. So my theory on that, because I know it's coming, the theory on it's like they saying they're running out of change. Please have correct change. All this. Oh yeah, for real. And now the cards ain't even working, so it's gonna have to where everybody gonna start having issues with their cards. Boom, right. It ain't working. Boom. Well, you know what? If you put it up under your skin, you'll never have an issue. Yeah. And then we already got you. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yo, you could think just like you said with the hoopers and all that. I'm glad that there's hooping going on. You know what I'm saying? Cause I like basketball or whatever. But just cause these mothers thinking they're making all this money. If your stuff is digital, man, they hit a switch, it's gone.
But do you like basketball more than civil liberty? Because that's.
Well, I look at it like this.
Anytime you working,
everybody quit working then. Because
it's
entertainment, but to them it's their job. So it's still their job. It's still somebody's job, and whatever it is they doing, whatever it is, if it's baseball, football, basketball, whatever they doing. If they getting paid from it, then that's their job.
I feel it.
Everybody just don't do nothing. People that work at the TV stations, all shut everything down.
That would definitely change it.
You know what I'm saying?
That would definitely change
because them stop playing hoop. It didn't do nothing.
No, it really did something because you don't have that. You don't have them millions, trillions of dollars coming in to these big corporations. It's so many people.
No, I'm talking about in terms of art. It didn't stop us from people finding people hanging from trees all over the place. It didn't stop people from getting killed by the police.
But did you notice how adamant black people was about trying to obtain civil justice when it was no other distractions? That's a big part of the problem, being distracted. When you got especially a distraction that feel good. Right. Like,
right.
It just give you a way out. It give you, all right, I'm gonna do it after the gang go out, or I'm gonna do it after the play. Like, bro, and they had stopped, and then something happened. I think they hollered at LeBron, or somebody was like, "We're gonna do some work." This is the NBA saying, "We're gonna do some work to ensure that you guys get civil liberty. Just come back and play." And then they came back and played. No, why? It's real stuff. It's real work that need to happen before we entertain. We've been entertained for the long. We're the most entertaining people. So we really it could go back to the old days where you just have a juke joint, or you meet down at the at the park and play football, man, them football players, basketball players ain't hurting for money like that, man. They part of the people who got an abundance of resource as far as money goes. And it's like when Muhammad Ali.
Do we stop doing music though?
For the sake of your granddaughter not having to go through this, I'm willing to do that. Because when we do start to create a process,
that ain't a good analogy though, because the type of music I do ain't, and you do, it ain't.
But if it's
parties, it ain't to take you away from what's going on. We talking about what's going on in our music a lot anyway.
Now, if it's positive, I think we should keep it going. But any of these distractions, bruh, a lot of our entertainment, a lot of the entertainment that get put out from the black community is our detriments. We entertain by our detriments. A lot of the music, wow. I'm not even trying to hate, but like, bruh, like,
truth is the truth.
Bro, like we dance to our detriment. We entertain by our detriment. That gotta stop. It gotta stop. Like, that's why we really don't need no distractions, bruh.
Right.
Because no distractions will force you to deal with the things that you've been putting off for so long, bruh. Yeah. That was the most powerful part of the whole COVID thing. It's because you didn't have no way to distract yourself from the internal dialogue, from things that you need to be working on or fixing in life. That was the beauty of the COVID. When slowly as things come back, there's more and more distractions for you to be able to put it off and pacify by, and then the work don't get done. And then we perpetually in the same position. Like, I don't think we need no entertainment right now. If you like, man, it's too many. Bro, our freedom is at stake. They killing us. It is a war being waged against black people, especially black men. Like, and nobody doing nothing about it. Not even us, bro. We don't need no distractions right now. None. I be feeling bad about posting some of them comedic videos I do, because I just like, man, okay, it could, like, I feel like part of my blessing is being able to, like, make people laugh during the pain, and that's needed. But, like, it's pain that you need to feel because it's real. Like, we don't need no painkillers, man. A painkiller is just cutting off the nervous system and not telling your body that it's pain there, but your hand is still on the fire. No, man, we need to be paying attention hard. And they know it, so they're gonna just throw more distractions in your face.
Yeah, there's so many steps. They are the people who run things. I gotta make sure I watch my mouth because I be wanting to cuss. The people that run things are so far. It's such a well-oiled machine and so far advanced beyond what. Because if we actually think that voting is going to help.
It's people really passionate about that, like,
and it's like
you're voting for two.
We voted. We had, even if it's a thing, it's just it's an age old thing to where, all right, I got everybody focused on still a distraction.
Yeah.
Going out here, that's a distraction.
Yeah.
It's always going to be something that's going to distract us from what really, 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 really is real. So, all right, I got them running this race over here that's going to take them off to the right, down that hill, up that cliff, around this. They're going to be sweating. They're going to be so tired when they get to their dead. But the finish line is really over here, far left.
Yeah.
And we already over here establishing, getting things together and be like, oh, where was y'all? No one gave you the memo that it was over here? And so by the time you get to wherever they want you to be at that time, they already somewhere else.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, we they thought when Obama came, Obama was there, was 8 years. People, we still, Trayvon got murdered, and all the others, so many other people got killed while he was in office. It don't
a big head start, or 8-year head start.
Bro, it's like
you always gonna lose against a person with a plan, and you dealing with people who. Sometimes, I'm not even gonna say in the black community, but in the black community, because that's what we talking about. But just classism in the poor, in the poor communities. You don't know what you gonna eat for dinner, and you trying to fight against a system that's planning 100 years in the future. Mm-hmm. You can't win. Mm-hmm. It's such a head start that you can't win. You so distracted by necessities that what you don't have that you just fighting an uphill battle. Only thing that trumped that is unifying. So when you look to your left and your right, and you realize that, hold up, we all fighting the same person.
Right.
And then you look at the crowd of people like, hold up, it's way more of us than it is them. If we just pull back here and don't engage here, you need to engage with this system as little as possible. This system now is like a hammer. A hammer is useful. It can be used for things. Mm-hmm. But you don't just walk around every day with a hammer on you.
Right.
Like, use it when you gotta use it.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to be rebuilding instinct. It's time to rebuild nature. Like, it's time to rebuild intuition. All of these things are like muscles. The more you use them, the stronger they get. So, man, bruh, like, it's just it's time to pay attention. It's time to restore order, because no matter what, man, order is gonna be restored. The universe is gonna restore. The planet don't care if it shake all of us off. And it's been trying. Mm-hmm. It's been trying. We a virus. Mm-hmm. We're the virus in the petri dish of life. Like, man.
Yeah.
And if we don't restore order to ourselves, order will be stored by the universe. Mm-hmm. That's why it's fires in Cali, hurricanes on the Gulf Coast. Man, once you notice the revolution is happening, you gotta pick a side.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You gotta pick a side, man.
Exactly.
And we gonna come back to that, man, because we getting deep, and I feel like people gonna like this, man. I'm battling inside with even going to the entertaining part of the show, man, because I want to talk about movies and stuff, man, but it's just interesting, man. It's an interesting time, man. Some of y'all Trump supporters is out here tripping. Have you noticed that there's no small Trump banners? They don't even make them small. They all just ignorantly huge. Like, they banner size. I don't know if you were out. It might have been last weekend. It was a full-fledged Trump rally going on 275 Loop. Both directions.
Yeah. Yep. I saw that.
The people who support Trump are so ignorant that they boldly ignorant, man. Like I said, I've been doing this delivery job, bro. I'm walking up to people's houses. The other day, I walked up to this house. A lady had a larger than life size Trump cut out cardboard in her living room, and along the fireplace had a Trump banner. Like, these are people who are so passionate about their ignorance that they just like. It's like having a substitute teacher, and you like, I'm turning up today,
right?
Because Miss Johnson ain't here. She the real teacher,
right?
Bro, when the leader is on that mess, it give all the kids that's on that mess to just turn up that day and be as bad as possible. Like, it's a war going on, man. Big war. Yeah, man. So, man, make sure y'all check us out, man, on Instagram. The Instagram channel is Nomtombout _radio. That's NOMTOMBOUT _radio. Make sure you check us out on YouTube. A lot of great content on YouTube. By the same name, Nomtombout Radio. Let us know who you might want to see on the show. What we do is we promote progress. We have interesting conversations, man. Conversations I feel like that need to be had. But make sure you check us out, man. Now I'm talking about radio on Instagram. Now I'm talking about radio on YouTube. Each and every Wednesday at 11 a.m. you can catch us right here on 91.7 WVXU, the HD2 station. That's 11 a.m. each and every Wednesday. New content is uploaded to the YouTube page every Monday. If you'd like to donate to the show because you enjoy the content, Cash App us at $6 cents. That's SIXXSENSE. Let's talk about movies, man. Oh man, the movie theater, man. The movie theater. You've been to the movies lately, right?
Yeah, so I just went back to the movies for the first time Friday night, and I went to go see Tenet.
Right.
The Tenet, and
Yeah, let's get into it, man. This movie Tenet. They've been trying to sell you this movie. If you've been to the movies in the last 2 years, you know they've been trying to pitch this movie to you.
Mm-hmm.
For the last 2 years. The trailer done changed like 3-4 times.
Mm-hmm.
And you still, I still was like, what is this about? Was you confused with the trailers?
With the trailers, yeah. Once I saw the movie though, I could keep up with it. I could keep up what they was doing. It's one of those movies where you can't doze off. You can't look off to the side, be thinking about something else. When you get back into it, like, wait a minute,
You can't blink.
Well, hold on. Wait, what? Cause it's such a thing to where, especially what it's dealing with, like it's dealing with, future, present time, past. So at any point in time, if you check out mentally, or check your phone or anything like that, you come back up, something's done switch, and now you having to.
You don't know
you trying to realize
what direction you're going.
Yeah, what direction am I going? What's going? It's like.
And for those who don't know, it's either got the same director or the producer as Inception.
Yeah.
Now, Inception is an amazing movie.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
But even with that, you gotta if you check out, you're gonna be like, wait a minute. Are they here? Or are they in a sleep state?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Inception is crazy.
Yeah.
This is like they tried to take Inception up another notch with this.
Right.
How you feel about it? Because I'm gonna say mine because I'm a dog it.
You gonna dog it?
I'm dogging it, bro.
I think at some points it felt like, okay, now y'all just trying to just make it extra on top of extra because when you have the one thing that was cool that they tried to do. Now I won't say they tried to do. They did is once it got towards the end of the movie and things are. Because you having to look at it from a certain perspective. They're showing it from a certain perspective. Then when the perspective of time, and switches and you seeing it from a different perspective, you just seeing it from the other side. It's like basically, it's envision this like you have a life that's being lived. On one side is now, and then you looking through a glass window. On the other side of that glass window is your life. Happening at the same time, but like in reverse. So that part of it, you gotta try to make sense. Like, okay, if they was going to reverse that way and then they coming forward this way, it's a thing to where it's like, I found myself just being really, really quiet and put the phone down and everything because I was like, because I remember you saying how confused and how whatever it was. So I was like, I gotta make sure that I keep up at least 90% of it, so I can at least when I walk up out of here, I can have some type of understanding. So I had some type of understanding as to what they was trying to do. With it was something similar to some other movies when the person that's in
I shouldn't be having to figure out what you're trying to do. This movie is like watching a Sudoku puzzle. I didn't like it, man. I didn't like because it confused me so much to the point where I just stopped caring. I started texting. I was on Instagram like towards like the last 30 minutes of the movie. I was like, man, forget it, bro. I don't even care, bro. Like, and then the reason he's doing it,
right,
to save some chick. Stop it, man. Stop it, man. On top of that, man, this man cannot act. Denzel Washington is an amazing actor. None of that was transferred through his DNA, bro. He's this dude, John David Washington. He's Denzel's son. He's very awkward. It seemed like he's still learning. Maybe he need to go do like Broadway or do some Sundance film small movies first. But I feel like he got put on before he was ready to be put on, because the Black Klansman was awkward. His acting was awkward in the same way, where you don't know if his acting is part of the character. Right. His awkwardness, is that part of the character? I'm waiting for something to be revealed that never get revealed about him. I'm just like, he's weird. Like,
have you seen him on the show? I can't think of the name of it, but he was on a show with The Rock, and he was playing a running back or a wide receiver or something like that. And The Rock was his agent. I forgot what it's called. That's the first thing I ever seen him on. Was that? But he is awkward. He is awkward.
His acting literally looks to me like in his head he like, can't let dad down. Like he looks stressed on screen. It looked like he's thinking of his lines. It don't look like a lot of actors, the cold ones, know their lines so well that it allowed them to slip in nuances of naturalness. Right. He's not natural. It's stiff. Yeah. Like when he was talking to the to Patterson about like what plane, and this is in the trailer, about like how he want to fly a plane into a building. So what kind of plane? It was just he looked so stiff, like, and Patterson looked extremely like relaxed. He was into the role. This dude was like still reading the script inside of his mind, and it's such a complicated script and movie that you really can't have an actor that's awkward on top of that. Right. Like, I feel like somebody.
I think what I seen awkward ending when in the beginning when he was confined
in the beginning
to a chair and he was having. Well, this movie been out for a while. I don't. He was having his teeth pulled out of his mouth. Yeah. Him having to show that he was in pain. I felt that in what you saying now. I was like, okay. So, cause immediately when I go there, I'm already thinking, watch out for whatever Six was talking about. Even though I couldn't remember verbatim what you were saying, I was just trying to be technical as opposed to just going to enjoy the movie. I was trying to critique it. So I was like, yeah, he could do a little better with that or whatever. He was the way he was just panting and whatever. I was like, The other part of it, I seen the awkwardness. It worked in some of the things that was supposed to have been funny. It was how he was responding to certain, but he's so monotone at times. Yeah. You don't get the variation from one thing to another. Like if there's supposed to be some sarcasm, and then out of the sarcasm into a serious or something like that. His whole thing was kind of like, it didn't have a lot of personality to it. Yeah, it didn't have a lot of personality to it. So, and then to come to find out, it's one of them things. Just like as they started going more and more into the Terminator movies, you start to realize this particular person in this movie is the person who is the mastermind of the group of people that are trying to stop this world-ending situation. But while this person is going through it, because in this particular wormhole of time he's in, he's at the beginning stages of, and he's just a soldier. Yeah. But the reality of it is he's the mastermind of the situation, but he just doesn't know it yet. So when I looked at that part, I started trying to think of not metaphorically but figuratively, was there something to say, which not the actors but the person who wrote this, was it something that they were trying to have become like a just like Get Out, just like Us, just like Inception. there could be underlying things to the meaning behind all of the stuff that's going on. Is like you control your own destiny, or some kind of like. I started to drum that up in my head to make, because I was like,
you shouldn't be that far into your own thoughts during the movie.
Right. And like, this was by towards the end when everything was going on. So it's like
once they actually got to the part where they were at the little revolving door, I had checked out. I'm like, man, he's confusing me over some chick. I don't like it no more. Like, I want to know what Denzel be thinking, because he said they went to the premiere and his whole family was there. I feel like he stared out the corner of his eye at his dad the whole time.
What the hell is this, son?
I feel like he kept it 1,000 with him, like, bruh. I feel like John David Washington should be in movies with like Will Ferrell. He should do those type of odd movies because his energy is already odd. So it's just like that would make it funny if he was in like a Scream type movie or something like that. Like, but I'm not. No serious roles for you, bro. Go do a movie with Sacha Baron Cohen or something like that, man. I think he would be hilarious in a hilarious movie.
I think that I thought he did all right. In that TV show that I was referring to him as the football player, I think he did good. He does good in that.
Okay, maybe I gotta see that.
And then the Black Klansman,
odd.
There was oddness, but I didn't really. It wasn't to the point where I was like, oh, this dude. I never came to the conclusion that he couldn't act or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I just
felt like this movie was such a intricate type of thing. It might not have been. He just probably wasn't ready for that. Totally, you know what I'm saying?
I think that's part of the reason why it took so long to come out. I feel like they kept watching it.
They probably had to re-edit this and do different things or whatever because
it's not telling the story, and it still didn't really tell the story. I feel like that great. I feel like
because you was like, oh, so you almost ended with it like that, like so after all of this, it's still gonna happen anyway. Okay.
Let me tell you something. When I went to go see this movie, I went to my favorite movie theater, Springdale. When I came out, it's a dude who working there all the time, man. He was sitting in his car because the theater had closed at this point. So I'm walking out, and I just told him, he was texting in his car, and I just yelled to him through the window like, hey, that movie was trash, bruh. We had a conversation similar to the one we having now. And he was like, why didn't you like it? I was like, I was so confused that I just ended up not caring. I feel like I got robbed. He gave me one of his employee tickets for a free movie because I said I feel like I got robbed. That's how no, bruh.
So no, that's the lick though, right?
That's the lick.
Come out of every movie that you like it, man. That was
trash. Yeah, man.
Slap me a ticket.
I think every movie that he in, I'm probably gonna do that.
You know what? But I did.
I want him to be good.
I think that's what it was for me. Like, I didn't walk out of it hating the movie. I just felt like it was like okay. I'm like, all right, you can have a if they'd have put a Caucasian dude in it, and I might have still got the same. And he wasn't ready for it. You know what I mean? That person wouldn't have been ready for it. Because sometimes some people don't translate well in certain types of movies where it's needed for a certain type of charisma or a certain type of personality. They may not be there just yet, but they got thrown in because of whatever the case may be. Whatever. If he got in because his daddy is Denzel, cool. I can deal with that. Kudos for y'all. You know, he got some, you know, but he still got more. He still got ways to go. He still got ways to go in terms of, you know, just getting better as an actor. But I feel like the movie was now that's just his acting. The plot of the movie is still the way they explained it. It still was like it's on that. It falls on them too.
And Devil's Advocate, just to say this, man, because I know I went hard on John David just now, man. When you're an actor, you have to understand the script. And maybe the script was so I feel like this is probably what you were about to say. Maybe the script was so complicated that he didn't know how to portray it. Maybe he was even like, this don't make no sense, bro. Right. Just find yourself in it, John. You're Denzel's son, right? Like, I feel like that's another reason it didn't come out for so long. Because it was like you said, editing to try to make it make more sense. But coming out and saying it was the same producers or makers of Inception, you trying to live up to a high standard. Yeah. Inception was amazing.
Yeah, that was.
It was amazing. Like,
and then the part of that, like I said, is one of those types of movies that if you turn, you like, oh, what? Okay, what's going on? But you got Leonardo in it. He's been acting for years.
He's a monster. He played
monster.
that role.
The
supporting characters played their role.
Yeah, my man. What's his name? The dark hair dude's been acting since he was a youngster. He's really good in it. I can't think of his name.
That was a strong cast, man. Inception had a strong cast, bro.
Cast, and
even the people you didn't know did that.
Everybody did, yeah. Everybody, even the people you didn't know, got resume. They've been doing it long enough, so it's just like, yeah. But I mean, I'm glad he got the opportunity to try. You know, it's something to work on.
Jaleel White could have did better as Urkel.
Oh
in
no!
Inception, it should have been called "Did I Do That?" Starring Jaleel White. It would have been better.
Oh snap!
Let me stop going in on this, man, because we just talked about black unity, man.
See how we do?
You see, man? Oh God, we proving the stereotypes right, man. See, they can't even support each other. We would have never said that about.
Well, we supported and we paid him to go check it out. You know?
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, man. I want to see him in something funny, man. I feel like it'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
If he was in something funny, man. What else you been to the movies and seen?
That's the first thing I've seen. That's the first thing I've seen at the movies. And I was like, what happened was I kept forgetting that, you know, it was back on. The movies, and knowing, even though you had told me that you had been and all that, I was just forgetting. I was like, what I'm about to do. I was like,
yeah, bro.
Let's start this movie thing again.
Yeah, man.
Put that needle in my
There's some good stuff coming out too, man. I seen a movie last night called Last Shift.
I seen that. The title, I didn't know what that was about though.
It's one of them Sundance joints. The biggest star in it is Married with Children. What was the dad's name? Al Bundy.
Ed something.
Yeah. But the dad, Ed Bundy was one of the characters. He wasn't even the main character. He's like a supporting character, one of the main characters.
Okay.
But it was a real good movie, man. It was I'm not gonna spoil it. It was a good movie though, man. It's Last Shift, man. It's a old white dude, young black dude, and they kind of figure out a lot about each other. They last shift at this burger joint. Go check it out. It's one of them Sundance type joints.
Right.
My only gripe with this movie is like it was a great movie, but it seemed like somebody was writing the script and was just like, this bores me, and then they just quit because the way it went off is an hour and a half into the movie. It was going good, but then it just was over. It was one of them weird cliffhanger ends. Good movie. But I feel like they just could have. I could have took 2 hours of that just to figure out like the black dude. He was coming out of jail. That's why he worked at the burger joint. I want to know why he went to jail. I want to know what happened with him and his family. I want to know what happened with the white dude because the white dude did some stuff. It was a good movie, but it just was half told, man. So
right. They didn't give you enough backstory on the bruh.
Yeah, they could have just gave me another half an hour to kind of add some closure to the movie.
Right.
But it was good. I like that, man. Unhinged, you ain't seen Unhinged?
Nah, it was between Tenet and Unhinged I was gonna go see. So I chose Tenet. Yeah. You know.
Go see Unhinged.
I'm gonna go see Unhinged though, yeah.
Unhinged is funny, man. Russell Crowe is in the movie looking like
no, I'm gonna be laughing.
Looking like the dad off Roseanne.
Cause it was that road rage stuff, man, is hilarious because it's yesterday, this wasn't like a road rage type of thing, but what happened was I was driving, right, and I was in a lane that I knew was gonna be coming to an end. I was gonna have to turn right. But I can go through the light and that lane still exists, but it's another turning point within the next block. So turning lane, but I stayed in that lane, kept going straight. There's a car on the side of me, right? So real quick, within that last block, I was like, every time I sped up, they speeding up not to let me get over. So what I did was, they had to slow down a little because once I kept going through the first light, and didn't make the right turn, but there was still a turning lane that I was coming into within the next block. I kept my blinker on to make her think that I was going to go turn right. So long as she didn't think I was going to be jumping over in front of her, she let off of the gas. She let off of the gas. I kept my right blinker on and moved left into the left lane and went on and said, you know what I'm saying? It's like I had to mentally play with this woman's mind because I'm not going to let this dude get over in front of me. Bro. You gotta wait like I had to wait. It's 20,000. It was a long line. I'm just shooting through.
That do upset me though when you know this lane is ending and then you just ride it out to try to. I'll be like, man, nope. Like, but it show you how hurt people be because I can't let you have a small win over me, bro. I'm losing so bad in life at this point that I cannot let you get this win over me, bro. Like, that be happening, man.
Mm-hmm. I got her too. I started laughing. I was looking at her through the rear view like, got you.
Man, she probably was cursing you. Like,
because my thing is, I'm going to let one person over. If it's a line type thing, I'll let you over. Then somebody behind me let that car over. If everybody just let one person over, everybody can be at peace. But when you zoom up and try to stop, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Put this blinker on. This right blinker make you think I'm about to turn. Then she took her foot out the gas.
I win.
Dummy.
She was trying to win in these streets, man. Trying to win. But go see that, man. That movie is funny. It's like, man, it's like everybody is noticing a shift. Everybody is realizing that all the stories been told. So now they just doing too much. Because like that movie, you can imagine where that movie gonna go. Yeah. But then they just turned it up so heavy. It's just like,
for real.
Bruh. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, this movie should have been over within, like, the first 15 minutes. But just because of dumb decision, it be like that now, man. But, yeah, man, check that out, bro. We're going to talk about that one once you go see it.
Yeah.
It's a Black Panther movie coming out that look crazy. Did you see the trailer for it?
No.
It got, the dude from, Get Out. Daniel Kaluuya. I don't know how to say his last name.
Yeah, I don't even try.
I've never seen two U's back to back. Like, but that look like that's gonna be hard too, man. So we definitely gonna have our opinions on that movie when it drop, man. Mm-hmm. Speaking of movies, man, rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah,
definitely, man. Mm-hmm. That's a story right there of strength and focus. Mm-hmm. He made Black Panther while he was in that condition.
Yeah. So
it's just most people would have been looking for a reason out, and he's like, "Man, I'm gonna be a superhero while I'm dying."
Right.
That's an irony for your life.
That's crazy. And I remember watching them when they were on the cast that week that it was about to come out. The cast was on Sway in the Morning, and Sway was asking him about he was going to different little hospitals, watching, sick children and stuff like that.
Crazy.
And he was talking about this child who had cancer, and how the child was so proud that the movie was being was coming out, and I don't know if the child had any recollection on who. Well, he did, cause he was in one of the Avengers movies, and he was. So I guess his coming out was in the Avenger movie before, what was it called? Civil War. I think it was Civil War that he was in. So I think the kid had already seen that, so he was excited that it was a full movie about Black Panther. But as Chadwick was talking about the boy, how much the boy was showing us so much love with her, he started crying.
Yeah.
But so a couple years later, you realize that he was crying because he knew he had the same thing. So it was like, oh man, that was crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
Crazy, man. And he did more than that. He did a few of them movies.
Bro, he played all greats.
All greats.
Thurgood Marshall. Like, yo, man, a resume. His movie resume is crazy.
Yeah.
To play Thurgood Marshall, Jackie Robinson, James Brown, and then another superhero of T'Challa. Mm-hmm. Man, he was out here doing this thing. Man.
Then he did 21 Bridges.
21 Bridges, which was another good movie.
Now that was the movie I looked at and I was like, he's getting thin. The clothes was real baggy and all that. I was like, but I ain't think nothing. You know, I wasn't thinking nothing of it for real. I was just thinking like he was he turned vegan or something. I don't know. I didn't definitely did not think that something was wrong with it. I did notice the weight loss. He did something about the what's that? The king. I am the king. He came from Africa. His sister was missing, and he came to America to find out what happened to her. He was busting. He was beating up a bunch of people, bunch of gangster type people. That was called the. That's on Netflix. It's something the King.
The Kingsman?
No, it was the King and I am the King. I am King. Something like that. He did good in that.
Yeah. He beasted all his roles.
He
really.
did, man.
Like
he did, man. That was I did not expect that. That was crazy.
Yeah, man.
That was crazy. Now, this ain't really funny, but it was like it ain't even. I can't even say it was a humorous thought. It was a real brief moment while I was watching that movie. While I was watching what was the movie we just talked about? Tenet.
See,
I said
it didn't even stay in your mind, man.
I said okay.
He was a monster.
If Denzel's son becomes the next Black Panther, then I'm just gonna put a bunch of conspiracy theories around this.
Oh yeah! Whoa!
So I once said it first. All right, check this out. On Nomtombout Radio, September 27, 2020. If John David Washington becomes the next Black Panther, there was some kind of blood sacrifice there. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because Denzel paid for Chadwick to go across seas to do this acting course for the summer or whatever year that was. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. He came back and then things blossomed for him beyond that. I hope this is not it, but if this ends up happening, if John David Washington becomes the next Black Panther, y'all heard it. Y'all heard the first thought of this here.
Hey,
right?
You just zoned me out while young John David is watching his dad foster one of the. Whoa. That's a crazy theory right there. Maybe that's why he's so awkward, because he's thinking about how he did it in his head. That's a movie right there. Jesus. Hey, that's crazy, bro. Yeah. And it don't sound too far. I'm not going to put that out there like that, man.
Right. I hope that's not, but, it's been crazier things that have happened. Word up. For real, for real.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so,
You might not be too far off with that.
Maybe not.
Whoa.
We'll see.
What?
We'll see.
Oh, God.
We're going to see. You know what I'm saying?
That's I never thought about that, but that's crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild, man. What y'all think about that, man? Hey, hit us up on Instagram, man, and tell us, do you think that could be possible? Whoa, I don't even want to talk about it like that.
Right. I just wanted to just put it just enough so that if something happens, we can revert back to this.
Whoa.
And you'd be like, oh, snap. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
Of course I hope that's not what it is. I don't want Denzel to be a part of the orders and all that, but hey, be happening.
That's kind of how I was thinking about, man. Like, I feel like Denzel ruined Lawrence Fishburne's career.
Why you say that?
Just by being a better actor. Not being a better actor, but somehow he was more embraced. Because Lawrence Fishburne was out here. He was Denzel.
Yeah.
Like, Lawrence Fishburne is a monster.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They kind of got that same vibe, but like, they just really play like calm, cool, collected black men in all their movies. Like, Lawrence Fishburne as Furious Styles was amazing. Bro, he really like the nuances. When he was just dancing in the car to the song, talking to Trey, and he looked over and made that face, like, it was just, I'm getting chills. Like, the nuances of being able to get into a character really make the character. You got the words, but how you gonna transmit?
Right.
Shout out to X. Like, bruh, like, oh no, that's crazy. I do kind of feel like Denzel, like, kind of sidestepped Lawrence Fishburne's career.
Wow.
Because any movie that Denzel beasted, I feel like Lawrence Fishburne could have did is good or better. So shout out to Lawrence Fishburne, man. He don't get enough flowers, man.
Yeah, Lawrence is dope, man. I love his humor side too. When he be on Blackish,
Yeah.
he be having me rolling, man.
He good, man. He good. He a good actor. I despise his gap, though.
And the way his see, I'm gonna stop talking. He got bigger, and then the head got bigger, and I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, man.
That's weird, but
I think certain people just gain weight and their head get bigger, like Martin. Yeah. When he got bigger, I was like,
his jawbone,
giggity. He turned into Quagmire. It's just like, how you gain on that weight in your face? Because his body didn't really look that much bigger. Like, man, this dude gained 30 pounds in his cheeks. Balls. Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. But yeah, man, R.I.P. to Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to Breonna Taylor. Nothing is surprising me in America anymore, man. At all, man.
Yeah.
You been hearing about your boy Vlad?
No, I've seen these little tags or whatever when I'm on YouTube, but I don't go to it. I know somebody was saying somebody exposes Vlad or whatever, so you can enlighten me on what's going on with that.
I unsubscribed to Vlad TV a while ago, man, because it seemed like it never failed, bruh. And this is something that kind of like made me recorrect my course, man. I talk a lot of stuff, man. Sometimes I go in too hard on the females, but I feel like I done pulled back just because I've seen too many times where people start feeling themselves, it go bad. And that's what's pretty much happening with Vlad. Like once Vlad really stopped having interviews, it's really like more conversations.
Right.
And conversations that he's dominating now with his just opinion. Lately, Vlad, Minister Farrakhan on July 4th had a speech where he said he was talking about Jewish people who call themselves Jews. He don't see you as a Jew. He see you as a. I really don't want to do a Vlad right now by misquoting, but he was pretty much saying that you gotta stone fakes but not literally stone them, but stone them with truth.
Okay.
Vlad reported it as he said when Vlad basically reported it as literally when you see Jewish people you need to stone them. And he was like, I'm not feeling that. I was like, oh. So he did that, but then he said that somebody gave him the wrong clip. Or didn't fully tell him the story, so then Vlad took down the clip he had. Meanwhile, this interview was going on with D.L. Hughley. Now you bringing a black man into the conversation with some false information and having them comment on it, kind of like, come on, smoke this crack with me type stuff. Like, if I get you dirty, we both dirty.
Right.
So I done had a problem with some of the stuff Vlad been talking about for a while, man. He disrespected Dr. Sebi. Just by saying that his findings wasn't real and the stuff that he was talking about wasn't real. But a lot of people talking about just canceling Vlad because once it came out that he had misquoted the Reverend, Vlad took the clip down. He did take the clip down, but then they was like, somebody told him like, man, you should apologize. And he said, I'm not apologizing. There's a lot of people saying that like the main beefs is between like Royce the 5'9", and My Son in general. My Son is saying that he don't feel like Vlad should have to apologize because once he said that, like, once he took the clip down, it pretty much was like, I recognize what I did. But you can't get a grown man to say he apologized if he don't really. It'd be false if you just make him apologize.
Right.
But other people are saying like, man, for the sake of your platform, you need to get out here and publicly apologize because the same people you disrespecting is the people who empower your platform. So he's saying he not gonna apologize. I just want to see what you thought about that, with you being Muslim and everything too, man. I'm gonna try to find a clip of the Reverend saying what he said on July 4th.
Well, if he's not gonna apologize for it, he's like, well, he probably just he don't like him anyway. So
right.
So it's like, okay, I put up the wrong clip. I'll take it down, but I ain't about to apologize to this dude because I don't like what he's about anyway, regardless. So whatever. I watch some of his stuff, some of his interviews. It just depends on who is being interviewed. But I don't really. It's one of those things. If it wasn't on no more, I wouldn't have realized that he was canceled.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I think, man, Vlad getting to the point where he just like, it's more opinion based than an interview or documentary style. Because he considered his stuff a historian, where he record historical events. And all these videos, the July 4th speech that Farrakhan gave, it's kind of long. Let me see if this is the one.
Elijah Muhammad one day when he was teaching in the theology of time, he said, and I knew he was talking, look at the iniquity that's in the house.
This might not be it.
But you, but America, but
yeah, man. You gotta find that clip and insert it into this broadcast, man. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened, man. I think, man, I wouldn't be. I think we need to start. Another thing that he that Vlad had a problem with is like he wanted to interview somebody. It was some rapper, and the rapper was pretty much like, "All right, give me $2 million," because he don't pay nobody who come on his show, but he's paid off of his show.
Right. So
you paid off the content of black people. That's who fuel your show, really. But you don't want to share in the wealth. And he's just he pretty much like, but when you on my show, I give you a platform to go out and make more money yourself. He's creating millions off of this show, man. Right. So I think it might be downward slope, downward spiral for the boy Vlad. I ain't really tripping, man, because he done disrespected the culture a lot of times, man. Like Dame Dash say on some culture vulture type life, but
I seen something, I guess, where I don't know if him and Dame was talking to each other. I seen a split screen thing of them, so I don't know if they done had words or if it was an interview or what.
You said Dame Dash?
Yeah, that's one of the last things I saw. Like I said, I didn't click on it though, because I was actually looking for something else. But I saw it on the screen, and it was like a split screen where it was Dame Dash. It looked like they was talking to each other, because you could tell it was like Dame Dash was looking at his phone. Yeah. Like it might have been a live type of thing or something like Instagram live or something like that. If one or the other had pulled each other into the live, and like that's what it looked like. I don't know if that's what it actually happened that way, or somebody just used those particular pictures or whatever. But I think that they done had a conversation or words or something like that too.
Dame been talking about how Vlad is a culture vulture, just using the culture. You're a guest in a house of hip hop, and Vlad had said before that he's a guest in a house of hip hop also. But if you feel like you're a guest and you're a happy guest here, man, you can't disrespect the people whose house you in. Like,
right.
So you think he should apologize, or because you can't?
I say I would. I would. If I did something if I put something out there that was incorrect, I would definitely apologize for putting out the incorrect information. Now, if I still didn't like that person and I wanted to let it still be known, although I don't like this, I don't agree with this particular thing that I put out, it was wrong, and I apologize for putting out the wrong information, and I keep it pushing.
Yeah, but he refused to even apologize, so it's a slap in the face again. Because it's like,
and
you
then
obviously don't care about the culture.
At this time, he's like, we getting away with everything, so what y'all gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Y'all ain't doing nothing to the dude that killed this person, killed that person. It ain't what y'all gonna do to me for saying something.
Man, and I feel like that's what they thinking. Like, man, shut up. You ain't about to do nothing anyway. Like, hey, bro. Right. And that's why.
Go around the corner and shoot somebody else that look like you. That's what you gonna do before you gonna come say do something to me.
Man, that's true, man. That's true. So, man,
that's like when you was kids. I didn't do this, but I know a lot of people would probably rough up on their little siblings or whatever. But then a boy out in the street punk them.
Yeah.
But you felt like, all right, over here I can get away with this, or I have some type of strength or power over this situation.
Yeah.
And over here it's just like, it's like taboo. You know what I mean? It's just that on a magnified level, and it's dealing with. It just so happens that people have different color skin. It was so crazy. It's like the people I grew up around though. Even though it's like Covington is small, but it's a lot of people. It's a lot of sex, a lot of babies being made from my era, old past, and we, you know, that type of like you would have a lot of people that had like Caucasian girlfriends and all that stuff like that, but a Caucasian dude that didn't live there, just walking past, he could die for no reason at all. Trying to go to the to see the fireworks down on the river, but they couldn't park because, you know, trying to find a better place to park, and then you got to walk maybe four blocks just to get down to the. You might got your butt whooped.
Wow.
Just because.
And this
because Covington is like.
It's Kentucky.
There's been race wars at the high school.
Kentucky.
Yeah,
I live in Ohio. Vibe live in Kentucky, but it's a hop, skip, and a jump. It ain't nothing to cross a bridge.
Right.
With several bridges.
Right.
But like we said at the beginning of the show, it's crazy how things go full circle, man. Mm-hmm. Things are the essence of what they are. Mm-hmm. Kentucky, it was slave land. Mm-hmm. Only thing that divided it was the water going into the bridge into Ohio. So it's like, even though mentalities, that however many feet of water ain't gonna change a mentality that hard.
Right.
That much.
Right.
Like, man.
Right.
Things keep the essence of them, bruh. Mm-hmm. But my bad. Go ahead. You was talking about how some people might get hurt if they were just trying to go.
Yeah, it was just like, it was a thing to where, what I was getting to was just like the mentality of, like, not letting certain things, like, that's my dude, or I could talk about my dude, or I can do this, that to my dude, but you ain't about to do it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that on that level. Like, we was cool. We were all we you know, we had a lot of people that were Caucasian friends. They might be on your team, football team, basketball teams, went to in the same class and all that. A lot of cool, good people. But then there was a thing. But if you stepped over that line and that N-word came out, or this or whatever the case may be, it was like, you got to get told. I done seen people get beat down and then ran over and then left the car on top of the person.
Gee. Like,
so, and in Covington, if I may be mistaken, but as far as I can remember, there ain't been no issue where no police officer killed an unarmed person or something like that in Covington. Not even, I know beaten, because we'll hurt ourselves and we'll do some ignorant stuff to ourselves in Covington. I'm not talking black people all over the United States, but in Covington. But let somebody else outside of that do something foul, they gonna be, you're gonna get dealt with. That's why my mentality is the way it is. Like, how are y'all not, whatever city y'all in, this happened, how y'all not handling it? Yeah. Like, you're not gonna bring her back. You're not gonna bring him back. You're not gonna bring these people's back. But whoever did what they did, they got to get dealt with. However you can get to them, they got to get dealt with. If the law doesn't handle it, then what you gonna do? Just, all right, it happened again. Woe is me. Woe is we. Oh God, Lord help us. Lord. Yeah, like
that's the invisible fence, because it's like, they know they can do whatever, because it's like, people are not scared of the actual people. They scared of what's gonna happen when you retaliate. Mm-hmm. Like, nobody want to go to jail, but it's just like, cats kind of got to get over that fear. Like, we living in the times now where you gotta pretty much be willing to die for what you believe in. We to them times again. It really never stopped. It's you just being bombarded by so many visuals, especially like of public lynchings. But just like, man, you gotta, hold up, bro. Come on.
Then it's still like, it's like, Soon as slavery stopped, they built the prisons or whatever. So
it never stopped. It just changed form.
Soon as that so-called the term.
Yeah.
And then okay, we got so many we can imprison so many, then we can get so many that are thriving in their businesses and management, moving up in the ladder in their job, and this comfortability is like, okay, I don't want to let none of that go, or let this go, it was like you just cover the whole spectrum when you talk about world domination and control. You cover the whole spectrum.
Yeah, man, it's a well-oiled machine.
Well-oiled machine. So it's like,
would you be willing to go back to being barefoot, no clothes, really, back to the essence, to get the justice that's due, man?
Well, really, yeah. To answer that question, yes.
To recreate the whole tribal
we
vibe.
never was like that though. We got depicted like that in movies, but we ain't the ones that came from caves and in the Caucasus Mountain, which is where you get Caucasian from.
Yeah.
We did the civilizing, and then at a certain point in time, things flipped around on it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's through our ignorance, whether it's through our arrogance, whether it's through because we doing stuff to ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, if you're the only ones here for thousands of years, that means you killing and doing all. If the Cain and Abel story is a true and factual story, Cain and Abel were people of color, and what did Cain do to Abel? He killed him. Yeah. And if incest was there too, because supposedly Cain had a twin sister, Abel had a twin sister. So if it's only these people here, how do you keep procreating? How does the world become more and more? The siblings had, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a crazy part.
Yeah, so it's like, I ain't even gonna go all that deep. It's some deep.
If the story of Adam and Eve is true, then it just show you like they kids had to be like, hey man.
But
God,
it was more people there. That's what they don't say. But anyway. But whatever. But it's like, at some point, always through history of time of man being here, mankind being here, whoever, however, we do ourselves in for whatever reason. And but yeah, I mean, I can go without. I've been trying to stay so basic and even here all my life anyway, to where it's like, as long as I got my mind and my thoughts, I can go wherever I want to go in my mind.
Cause I feel like, man, for us to really get where we need to go with, right, we're not having luxuries and a distraction. So it's just like, that's why we be having such a problem, man, because a lot of people like, man, I gotta get fresh. Like,
you gotta be able to do it all. You gotta be able to do. One shouldn't stop you from doing. One thing should influence you and motivate you so much to the point where you're not handling or treating your fellow man or woman or being responsible as a human being. Period.
yeah,
If it's just like you gotta, both things have to be true, or neither. Like you have to be able to be somebody that enjoys a little entertainment, that does whatever, but at the same time is responsible.
yeah,
That takes care of your children, that doesn't, add to the destruction of your community.
yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? It's got to be, everything has to be multi-dimensional, all-inclusive.
Yeah.
Or things that are hampering that from happening, you got to start cutting. Period.
Right. Yeah. Man, well, I think we covered it today, man.
Yeah, we covered it.
Hey, we talked about it today, man. Man, I hope y'all enjoyed the program today, man. If you didn't, it might say something more about you than us.
You got a problem, cuz. Something wrong with you.
Unless you was feeling that part about Tenet, man. That's pretty trash. Yeah, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in again, man. This has been the Nomtombout Radio Show, man. Hey, pull out your mobile device right now, cuz, and get on the internet, cuz. IG and go to Nomtombout _radio, NOMTOMBOUT _radio. Go to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Leave us a comment on which episodes you like most, who you want to see on the show, who you might want to see back. Nomtombout Radio, YouTube, NOMTOMBOUT. Like I say, man, we here each and every Wednesday at 11 a.m. on 91.7 WVXU. You can also catch us on Spotify. You can catch us on we on a lot of platforms where you can just hear the show. Spotify, Apple Music, Twitch, Deezer. Man, so we everywhere. We like air, cuz. I heard E40 say that. E40 is one of the greatest rappers ever.
Oh, we on Tidal already.
That's coming.
That's
We can
coming.
get on Tidal.
Somebody just asked me that
Yeah.
just a little bit ago.
Tidal pay creators more than anybody else as far as streams. So we definitely need to make a move over there. I do have a single dropping on Tidal on October 5th. You can catch the Oh My God joint, man. I know y'all been hearing it. I've been playing it. Then I was just like, how about you distribute it? Yeah, how about it? Tripping. Oh man, so man, order is being restored. But yeah, man, each and every Wednesday here at 11 a.m. 91.7 WVXU HD2. Check out the YouTube, check out the Instagram, check us out on all these streaming platforms, man. If you want to get in contact with me personally to get yourself some gear, type-ish, anything created, hit me up on Instagram at Blaze6513. That's BLAZESIX513. What you got, Bob?
You can find me on Instagram at Mr. Vibe1, VIBEONE. On Facebook is VIBE-ONE. Also my group, the Watusi Tribe, WATUSI Tribe on Facebook, as well as Instagram is the number 7 Watusi on Instagram. I wanna I didn't say this the last interview that we did, but I want to say thank you to everybody that chimed in and joined the live that we did a couple weeks ago. Not previewing because the album was already out, but just the album listening party, I guess is how I should say it. For the in case you didn't know, album for the Watusi Tribe. It's the 25th anniversary year of the group forming. You know what's crazy? I just thought, like, for the next 2 to 3 years, there's 25th anniversaries for the group for different reasons.
Hey, that's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? I was just like, yo, 95 is when we got together. So in 2021, it's 25 years since we dropped the first project.
Yeah.
And then the next year after that, it's the 25th year since we won the first ever hip hop award at the City Beat Awards.
Okay.
And then the next year after that, it's 25 years after being the first people to ever repeat it. You know what I'm saying? So I was just thinking, like, hey man, for every year for a minute, there's milestones that the group is reaching or whatever. But so thank you to everybody that checked that out once again. Thank you to everybody that got on my live and brought in my birthday with me, because I was dancing like a dancing machine. I was down there sweating. I was the most studio loud, sweating like a bug, man. I was like, if the live go off, we're gonna start again. He was like, damn, again? So, yeah, keep it going. Whoa. But so thank you everybody that showed up and showed out for a brother. While I was down there, we shooting a video for this song called Do Work off of the Sun Vibe project, which is going to be coming out soon. That's Samson on the music, Vibe One on the well, he's on a couple of songs as well. Vibe One doing the spitting the bars. That video, it should be dope. We got some good stuff down there. And then the Uno Kenobi, I'm almost finished trying to wrap that up. I still got a few more verses to get, and then that'll be done. So just stay on the lookout for that. Keep supporting us here on the show. Go back and check out the old stuff that we got, like he said, on the platforms. And let us know. We keep telling y'all this, but let us know of people that y'all know that are doing something. Might have a business, might have just came out with a book,
Interesting
stories, anything like that, so that we can get them on the show, and you know, and give them some shine, give them some light, man. We just trying to promote progress, like he said.
Yeah.
That's what we trying to do, man. So make sure y'all let somebody know, or you let us know. Get in touch with us, and then we can check out whoever it is that you have referred, and then get them on the show. For sure.
Another thing I want to do is, man, send us your love questions, man, or relationship questions. I want, I think, I know at least me, man. Maybe my missteps or mistakes can help guide somebody else, or maybe it just ends up being fun
right.
or funny, man. But any type of questions, man. We could be like love doctors or something, man. Let us fix or fleece your relationship.
It could be a topic that we talk about on the show. Yeah, all that stuff. Man.
Yeah, man.
Don't be shy, y'all. Come on, man.
It can be any questions, honestly, man. Just engage, man. Let's engage, man, and build this platform, build this community, and just make bigger and better creations, man. Because this is a platform for the creators. And like we say, man, here, man, we promote progress, especially in hip hop culture, man, and black culture. So we appreciate y'all tuning in again. This has been another episode of Nomtombout Radio. I'm about to go to the movies right now, man. I think I'm about to go check out that Infidel and see what they talking about with that, man. The trailer don't really excite me, so maybe it just be, I'm probably just gonna eat a Subway sandwich just for fun, man. But yeah, man, we check you out, man, next week, man. Nomtombout Radio. Nomtombout, yo.